Hi everyone, LazyFire here. Welcome to Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor. This is a game that was released in October of 2014, developed by Monolith, better known for their Fear franchise, and published by WB, who's pretty well known now for publishing all the Batman Arkham games. It's a really interesting open-world game. It has some really cool systems behind it, and one of them, the Nemesis system, is something I hope that the thread is really behind and wants to get involved in, because I'm going to leave a lot of choices up to the thread in terms of who we save, help, kill, that sort of thing. It really leaves itself open to manipulation, and it was part of the reason why this game won a lot of year-end awards in just recently, really. So I'm hoping that people are interested in this and are interested in seeing how certain orcs fare, let's say. But saying much more is going to kind of give away the start of this game and sort of the themes of it. So we're going to jump right in. And I use this saved game here every now and again to jump back in and go and fuck with other things, show off areas, to show off the Nemesis system in a more completed game. But let's start on a new one. We're going to do story mode.
In the land of Mordor, where the shadows lie. It was here, on the slopes of Mount Doom, that the Dark Lord Sauron was defeated by a last alliance of men and elves. It is here that for 2,500 years the Rangers of Gondor stood watch, guarding against a nameless threat they had all but forgotten. And while the strength of Gondor faded, the power and malice of Sauron grew in darkness. He has returned to Mordor. Shadow, flame hath fallen on the Black Gate, and no mortal man can stand in its path.
That is a perfect swing for killing chicken. Wouldn't want to hurt you. It'll take a lot more than that. Dear Hyle, the mighty chicken killer. Come on. Come on. Show your father what you have, huh?
Welcome to combat. We're going to beat up on you.
Harder if you want to best your father.
Hard enough?
Parry, son. Don't forget to block.
You shall not forget to hit.
Stay alert, dear Hyle. Your enemy will not always be as he appears.
Kick him off, kick him off.
Easy, son. You're not a soldier yet.
I'll have your gun.
I'm all right.
My blade shall rest in your throat.
Dear Hyle, remember your training!
Shank, shank, shank. Love shanking these guys. Gonna be honest, the shank, the grab and hold maneuver isn't really the greatest in this game. But this is a pretty decent introduction to the combat. It's not very difficult. As a matter of fact, it's straight up Batman Arkham combat. Like, no joke, same buttons and everything. but it's pretty fun. So to get past these next sections, you kind of have to do what the game tells you, or they get really angry at you. Unfortunately, there's certain areas where it's just not really possible to do that because there's so many enemies. So we're gonna kind of cheat. Some of the maneuvers you can do on the downed enemies, similar to the Batman game, they go faster than others. So we're just gonna wait until the random got a chance there gives us the chance to do it, like we just did there. And like that, we're done with our combat tutorial. Like I said, Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, you'll be familiar.
These orcs are much stronger than any we've ever seen.
They're not orcs, they're lyrics. Far worse. There's too many. Go find your mother. Go find your mother. Keep her safe. I'll be right behind you. Go. Am I dead?
You are banished from death.
Alright, here's our stealth tutorial. If you paid attention to any of the post-release stuff about this game, let's just listen to this.
White and blue, but on your road, let's not forget the love I have for you. Dance on beaches in and fall us, sleep in moonlit fields of view. May you cross another golden age with preciousness free-flowing, with halfling elves and dwarves engage, their wisdom on you bestowing.
So, if you paid attention to the previews for this game or the post-release stuff, Polygon had a goddamn fit about this sequence here. When you use the same button you used to stab orcs to give flowers to your wife, they had issues with that. I don't know why, but Polygon's kind of a crappy magazine, so who cares? Oh, also, when this game released, there was somebody who's saying it would have been really great if they could patch in Italian, this is the main character's wife, to sing the Reigns of Castamere instead. Like, they didn't quite understand the difference between the two franchises, Lord of the Rings and the Game of Thrones series. But let's give her some flowers.
Happy anniversary, my love.
Alien, this is beautiful. Where did you find it?
I still have a few friends left in Gondor.
Did you talk to my father?
Yes, I did. And nothing has changed. He's still very stubborn.
I say we go anyway.
Dear, I will not come willingly.
There must be a better life than this.
Not now. But soon.
I'm just so tired of hiding here, Talion.
We must hide now, or we are both dead. Come on.
We should have left when we had the chance.
Don't move. I'll clear a path. I'm outnumbered. Stealth is my only advantage.
Alright, this is the stealth introduction to the game. It's not very difficult. As a matter of fact, if you've played an Assassin's Creed game, it's going to feel very familiar.
We must return.
Sneak around, stab people in the back. Actually, it's very familiar to the anyone who's played the Batman Arkham series as well, because this is exactly how it works there too. So, basically stealth.
Put the sword down, Ranger. Protect her!
He will live.
I'm right here, son. I'm right here.
Shirkush Kantya Pakuisa. Nakisa.
Yorith. Yorith.
We'll be together, my love. Soon. Forever.
Shirkush Lakaskushu. Kantya Pakuisa. Nakisa. Come back to me, Elf Lord.
What is this place?
See for yourself.
Now, do you believe me, Ranger?
What has happened to me?
You are banished from death. Cast adrift between the worlds of light and dark. Curse binds us together within the walls of Arda.
If what you say is true, then how do we break this curse?
We find the one who cast it on us. The Black Hand of Sauron.
This looks familiar.
Talion killed a nobleman, Yorith. His life now belongs to Gondor.
Father, if you turn my love in, I shall swear I killed Lord Asgon when he attacked me. We shall both sacrifice our lives to Gondor.
Alright, well, this is one of the main things in the game, and if you've played an Assassin's Creed game, it's going to seem very familiar. It's like the viewpoints in that game. You climb up on these ghost towers here, and you hit the right bumper, and... look at that, fast travel unlocked. Now, you can only really travel to these towers, and you can only do it to the unlocked ones, and there's quite a few of them in this map. So, let's continue on here. The Wraith has some new memories. And that unlocks a bunch of shit for us to do. There are so many things in this game. It's hard to explain all of it, but there are quite a few little items, and we're going to go right back into the map, actually, after this next section. Can't do it, so you have to jump off. The game's trying to get you into the...
So, we missed one of you at Narcos, eh? An easy mistake to fix.
Anyways, the game... everything. Alright. Let's do this. You get the elf bow for having met the elf.
Suffer for what you've done!
You don't have a lot of shots at first. But yeah, you get that bow as an extra weapon. It's not very difficult to use. And actually, it's because it's a monolith game, there's slow motion. So we can just use that. One of the things I really like about the game is that it also provides a few different environmental cues, like you saw there when I was up against the wall.
Go back to me.
Alright, well, let's interrogate this guy, and then I'll get back on the thing I wanted to do. Hold right bumper, just like we were doing before. Hit A. And you can gain some info.
What do you know of the Black Hand of Sauron? He is a fiend, made of thin air. What more? A slave I had, swears he fought him. I sold him for a keg of grog to Gimu the slaver.
Okay, we're getting a quick introduction to how the Sauron's army system is arrayed, and let's just do this really quickly because I do a video about the Nemesis system. So, right. So you see, these power ratings are kind of an interesting thing. They don't really matter after a certain point. If you've killed enough of these captains, they basically disappear. So, yeah, as it says in the bottom right there, if you kill these guys, you unlock power tiers, you can unlock new abilities. There is a leveling system that's going to be covered later on. But let's really quickly do this mission, and we'll call it an episode.
That is where we have to go.
If one can trust an orc.
Trust has nothing to do with it. His thoughts cannot lie.
Right, so our amnesiac elf ghost friend had some ideas. And just a quick breakdown, do these things, grab these things, blah blah blah. We're going to quickly go and do some of this stuff. Real quick, let's just jump down here.
The world has changed. Nothing makes sense.
Hoorah! Nothing has changed. This is how it will be. The future and the past are linked in darkness.
I don't understand why I'm here.
And I can't remember. Let's go find the slaver. His mind may provide answers.
Okay, this is Wraith Vision. It's basically Detective Vision from the Batman series. Let's look at this thing.
Nani here, Gelar Mordor.
Right, so it's one of the multiple things that we actually have to put together in this game. Let's quickly go into the map. This is something I was talking about. This right here, this green area, this thing is a worm. This is one of the people we can, or orcs, I call them orcs the entire time, don't worry, that we can interrogate. And we can use him to get more information on other slaves, or other orcs in the game, in the Sauron's army menu. This is an artifact. We can collect it. It will tell us a little bit about the world, give us some backstory. This is a mission for our dagger. You go around stabbing people. It's pretty fun. And here is our objective. You can see it's pulsing blue there, and so that means that it's the one that we currently have marked. So we're going to ignore some other stuff.
These are Ithilden, Star Moon, forged of Mithril. They hold memories of the ancient past. The knowledge within may be
Oops, kind of cut off the wraith there, but he's basically talking about the thing I just picked up a second ago. Ooh, hey, let's come over here real quick. See this? Looks very similar to the flowers we gave our wife in the opening section, but these are herbs. This is your only way to collect health. Why is this guy coming after me? Listen, son.
Ranger!
Ah, awareness. Well, Basically, just like Assassin's Creed games, if you have a yellow thing, they have an idea, and if they have a red thing, they know you're there.
I will not rest until your blood flows freely.
No, no, no. Wow, I forgot how weak you are at the very start of this game. But this is a good introduction to captains, considering we're going to fight one soon. And by that, I mean I basically just took this guy out for a second. But captains all have different abilities. They have different things that you can learn from them. For example, I can gain intel on anybody. And let's do a quick intel bit on this guy. So I'm going to get all sorts of things. For example, I know all of his weaknesses and his strengths. Now, as these guys advance in level, they're going to get more strengths and fewer weaknesses, and they're also going to go up in level. When you kill these guys, they pop out weapon runes, which you can pop into weapons. I explained this in a Nemesis video, and not as impressive when his head doesn't explode, which it does later in the game. Let's grab the weapon rune from him while his friends flee. That's our first weapon rune of the game. It will not be our last by any means. But our abilities to open new things up right now are fairly limited. So we're going to have to be pretty smart about this. You can see we got 4 power from killing that captain. Like I said before, power is not going to matter probably by the end of this first area that we're in here. I mean, just killing a few captains will probably get you up past the level you'd ever need to be. And this is how combat usually works. Dozens of these guys are usually streaming at you, trying to kick your ass. You're just basically tapping buttons to save your life. You can do a few different things in this game. Roll, you can gain some abilities that are very helpful. You saw me use stun on that last guy, that thing there. You can chain combos similar to how you could in the Batman games. You can do a flip over guys, which gets you behind them. These guys are base level orcs, or whatever the hell they are. So they go down pretty easily. There are some very complicated ones later on. Stealth in bushes. You can actually call to orcs from bushes to make them come find you, and similar to how you could whistle from bushes in Assassin's Creed 4 if you want an idea. So I'm gonna go really quickly start off this mission because honestly I don't really want to go grab a bunch of collectibles in the first video. I want to make this actually interesting to watch.
More than they get. Agreed. It's always.
Now you can see the worms, it says it right here, they are highlighted in green, and they will tell you information. Let's stab this guy. Now entering that, we just need to run real fast here. I just wanted to show that off and enter into this. Alright. Let's start on our mission.
Well, this doesn't bode well.
Don't you see? The prisoner created a distraction. Why use your human sight to track the Uruk? I see more than any mortal.
Warriors coming here to join us.
Alright. Hey, look, right there.
Slay the orc captain, cut off the head of the snake, and the body will wither.
Archers. I must take out the eyes of the camp.
Alright. So, as Talion helpfully pointed out,
Forget about how you killed that range of filth.
I heard the slave begging for mercy, begging you for his life. If you kill him, if one more runs, we'll be out of pose.
alright, so this is the attract mechanic. You can get these guys to come over to see you. Now these are bonus objectives. I don't really need to do this, but I can. Stabby, stabby. And up to the top. And Elf Shot. These appear randomly in the world, so you, or well, not randomly, they're in set spots. But they're very helpful. You can see here, I can actually see where exactly these guys are. So what I'm going to do is actually take these guys out from here. you'll notice the world's in slow-mo. That is one of the advantages of being a Monolith game. They have slow-mo technology when you shoot things. Now, it's only for a few seconds right now, but God, by the end of the game, you can basically sit for all day in slow motion mode. Elf Shot is pretty easy to come by at the end of the day, mostly because you can get some sword runes or dagger runes that will make it just near impossible to run out of it.
Quartermaster don't like to work.
You don't need to leave your target very much either. Oh, come on, guys. Done. Alright, let's go get that captain. Now, one of the things you may have noticed about the captain we killed earlier is that when they come to fight you, they will taunt you a little bit. It's actually one of the nice things about them. They have a little bit more personality than... Just keep kicking guys, I guess. And you can see, combat is not going to be much of a problem for the moment, but I've put 30-some-odd hours into this game, so it's going to be difficult for these guys to really come and make a challenge out of this. And one of the... There he is.
Another rock that needs to be put back in its place.
Just get rid of some of these guys first. Now, because I didn't find a worm to interrogate to find out about this guy, I don't know what he's going to do to me yet. The captain's abilities and weaknesses are random. You can't just, like, hope for the best. And as they gain levels, like I said before, they will get new ones. That guy seems to be careful.
Take his head!
He's going down fast here. There we go. And if you get the notification...
Did you hear me? I'm no
Oh,
you can't hurt me.
well, let's get him. Here we go, and we're going to interrogate him. Now, the orcs can break you out of this, so be careful where and when you decide to do this. And you can't ask him for information about himself. It doesn't work like that. Let's ask him for information about a guy who's not known. Now, the interesting thing about these captains is that they do function as worms, so if you go and interrogate one of them, you get all the information on these guys. So, not a bad deal. I usually interrogate captains, leave them alive for a bit, and come back and get them later if I need to. You still get the runes, they still go out of commission for a while, and you still find out stuff about people. Ooh, an epic rune! We have got very lucky there. I wasn't expecting that. And we gained another ability point. So, I'm going to show this off in the Nemesis video. God, it's going to make me go into these things. I really hate the openings to every game because it makes you go through all these tutorials. Alright, let's do this. I have... Come on, please. Now this is actually something I got for pre-ordering the game. Don't like to admit that I did it, but I did it the day before the game came out because I was just really excited. Recover all focus and all health for killing a captain or war chief. I'll be doing a lot of that, so we might as well just put it on one of our daggers. Alright. Next, we have no runes, and we have a rune available. Yeah, we're not going to need that very much. Ooh, 15% melee damage increase at high kill. Yeah, that's going to be pretty good. Now, these runes go crazy. By the end of the game, you can have some stuff that makes you basically invincible. I've never been as lucky as that. Let's jump into the upgrade system here. We have 2 ability points. You have... Okay, I'm just going to leave this alone. So you have 2 ability points at this point. You are divided into the Ranger side over here and the Wraith side over here. Gonna say this now. The Wraith side can sort of wait. You want to get some of this Ranger stuff because it's going to be a lot better for you early on, especially. But we're going to want this, the Execution. This will allow us to kill captains for forever, basically. And we're going to want this, the Aerial Takedown. Doesn't sound like it's going to be more useful than the super counter impact here, but for now it is. And we already have one ability on the Wraith side. When you unlock certain levels of this stuff, so you can see you have all these levels. You have required to get this, do this, or it's locked by story missions. You really just want to work on this ranger side first and worry about the wraith side second. But you can see that I have to get both abilities through XP and then power to unlock everything. So just be aware of that. And if we go over one more, yes, this is a currency system. You pick it up from completing objectives in the world. I currently don't have enough to buy anything, though. For this, I found unlocking runes is kind of secondary. You want to get your health up because you don't want to run away from every fight to go try to find herbs. So we finished that little fight there.
So you didn't die 10 years ago.
I take it you did not come here to arrest me for treason, Captain?
You and I are all that remains of that garrison, Hugo.
Then why did you come here?
I'm looking for a slave that fought the Black Hand of Sauron.
More like ran away from him.
You know this man?
Of course. You're staring at him.
Where are the servants of the Dark Lord? Do you even know?
Perhaps.
This is no time to keep secrets.
I have been stuck here for weeks. Steady. Come to the outcast camp. We shall ask my scouts.
I'll be there. It's just another orc.
No. Someone wants to be seen. We should tread with caution.
Well, and that's the end of that mission. We got a little bit of story, and we of course saw Gollum, because this is a Middle-earth game, but it's firmly in the Lord of the Rings style, as we can all see. We get some extra XP, we get a little bit of money out of this thing. And, yeah, I'm never going to use photo mode because I'm recording.
This cult is unnatural. The orcs have begged their Dark Lord to torture us with it.
And you can see these guys running around. These are outcasts. They're... I don't know why that music is playing. But these guys are sort of the humans. You can rescue them when you walk around the world. There's missions to rescue them, actually, that get you some money and experience. It's kind of useful. We're going to find this...
Off with them.
It's got to be above me.
I don't get. Bah, they knows best.
Oh. I have no idea where this guy is. Once we get him, we're quitting this.
Best way to hunt the Caragor is from afar, with an archer armed with a good crossbow.
Oh. Okay, sorry. Sometimes worms are not worms. They're rather intel that sits on tables, so you can just hit the right bumper, and you look down at it, and here we go. Yes, I don't know why the intel allows you to pick out a captain to look at the information for. I couldn't tell you anything that's going on right now. But, pick another one of these. Eventually, we're going to open up this entire board, of course, and we're going to try to get some of these guys to good levels. There are some events that you can go into, and I'll explain that in the Nemesis video. But for now, we're going to leave it here. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you come back for the next episode. Oh wait, I want to see something. Sorry. I forgot if this works yet. Nope. Alright, well, see you next time.